Hi everyone, this is Mrs. M here reading Let Liberty Rise, How America's Schoolchildren Helped Save the Statue of Liberty. And I love this story because it shows that you don't have to be a grown-up to make a difference. Kids are powerful people too. This book was written by Chana Steifel. Let Liberty Rise by Chana Steifel, illustrated by Chuck Groenick. It was America's 100th birthday. The people of France were building a giant gift for their friends in the United States. Look, that's just the hand. It was an enormous statue, one of the largest the world was yet to see. Her name was Liberty. With her torch held high, she was a symbol of freedom and friendship between the two countries. But she was too big to send in one piece, so all 350 pieces of Lady Liberty, from the tips of her toes to the rays of her crown, were placed in crates, 214 in all, and packed together in the hull of a ship. Bon voyage, the French people cried when the ship Isere set sail across the Atlantic. It was the spring of 1885. One month later, the Statue of Liberty arrived at New York's Bedloes Island. Soon, workers were hoisting the heavy crates from the ship. They marveled at this gargantuan gift. But a colossal problem had been brewing. The French had asked the Americans to build a pedestal, which is a huge footstool for the statue to stand on, and it was barely half built when the statue arrived. When a statue weighs nearly as much as 40 elephants, she needs a strong foundation to hold her up. But funds for the pedestal had dried up, and few Americans wanted to pay the bill. Too expensive. Who needs it? Her pedestal would cost more than $100,000 to complete. Today, that would be $2.6 million, enough to buy 203,000 tickets to Lady Liberty's crown. Even New York's richest millionaires turned up their noses. What kind of gift is that? Without a pedestal, Lady Liberty would never rise. Like a giant 350-piece puzzle, crates still packed with her parts would be scattered about Bedloes Island in the scorching sun and pounding rain. Poor Lady Liberty. And even though Lady Liberty had a mouth, a huge mouth, stretching 3 feet wide, she needed a voice to get that pedestal built. Send her to Paris, this lady says. Ugh. Everyone seems so grumpy about it. That voice came from a man named Joseph Pulitzer. Like Lady Liberty, Pulitzer had sailed to America from a foreign shore, arriving as a poor Jewish Hungarian immigrant when he was 17. He taught himself English, fought for the Union in the Civil War, and worked as a lumberjack, a waiter, a lawyer, a politician, and finally a newspaper man. Eventually, Pulitzer bought a newspaper called the New York World. 2 months before Lady Liberty set sail, He knew she had to stand in New York Harbor, the gateway to America. When he heard about her plight, he was furious. Pulitzer wrote in the World. This is what he wrote. Let us not wait for the millionaires to give money. Lady Liberty is not a gift from the millionaires of France to the millionaires of America. It is a gift of the whole people of France to the whole people of America. The Pulitzer made a tantalizing offer. The World would print the name of every person who donated to the pedestal fund, no matter how small the sum or how small the person. The next day, pennies, nickels, dimes, and dollars poured in. A penny might not seem like much, but every cent in those days would be worth 26 cents today. $1 would equal about $26. Newspapers across the country picked up the story. School children everywhere emptied their piggy banks. In the first week, the World had raised more than $2,000. Who would like to give money for the pedestal? As weeks passed, more and more money rolled in. A young girl sent in 60 cents. I wish I could make it 60,000, she wrote, but drops make an ocean. A poor office boy contributed a hard-earned nickel. Children from one family wrote that they had taken French lessons. We love the good French people for giving us this beautiful statue, and we send you $1, the money we saved to go to the circus. Addie M. Berryman wrote, we are 14 little boys and girls, and we made up a club for the pedestal fund. Instead of spending our money for candy, we saved up. I made up this letter myself. I am the president. Finally, on August 11, 1885, the World's headline read, $100,000! Thanks to 120,000 donors, school children as well as farmers, factory workers, policemen, immigrants, housewives, office clerks, and others, Lady Liberty reached her goal. The honorable rich, as well as the poorest of the poor, joined in common spirit for a common cause. Pulitzer proudly wrote in the World. At last, there would be enough money to finish the pedestal. It wasn't just a footstool for Lady Liberty to stand on. With concrete walls 20 feet thick and 89 feet tall, it would become a magnificent anchor for the statue to weather the test of time. Once the pedestal was finished, Lady Liberty was freed from her crates. Slowly, piece by piece, she started to rise. First, workers assembled her metal skeleton. Then they riveted her copper skin. Up, up, up rose the statue. On October 28, 1886, about 1 million people came to celebrate Lady Liberty's inauguration. A parade passed by Pulitzer's World building, and soon everyone would see what America's pennies had built. There she is. After the celebrations, steamships carrying new immigrants sailed into New York Harbor. Holding her torch high, the Statue of Liberty welcomed them to their new home. And there she stands today, thanks to the contributions of people all across America and children just like you. And that is the end. Thanks for listening.